No. Hello, welcome to All Things Small Business, the show that interviews successful small business owners in Prince George's County. I am Denise Smith, your host, and we have a great show coming up for you today. We've got two phenomenal women business owners in Prince George's County, and I'm excited for them to share what kind of business they have here in our wonderful county. So go tell a friend, and we'll be right back. Hey, welcome back to All Things Small Business. I am going to get right into our first guest. Her name is Angie Stancil. She is the owner of Honeydew Planners. I met her just the other day. I know she's been on TV in the local DMV talking about her business, and I'm excited for you to meet her. So I'm just going to bring her up right now.
Hello.
Hey, Angie, how are you?
Oh, I am blessed. And how are you today?
I'm doing good. I'm doing really, really well. I'm so excited to talk to you today because, you know, I love talking about all things small business and I love meeting new people. And, you know, I believe this is the first time that we've had an event planner on the show. So welcome to the show.
Nice. Okay. Glad to be here.
Okay. So let's talk about Honeydew and how you got started in business. Is this your first business?
This is literally my first business. We have been in business now for 14 years. It's so funny how I got into it. I have 6 beautiful children, 4 girls and 2 boys. Wow. So you can imagine when we had parties in our house, the things that we had to do. So I had to get real creative. Some of the kids would say, well, I don't want what she had. I don't want what he had. So I had to do all kinds of things. And that's how I got into this business.
Oh, wow. Wow. Okay. So is this a home-based business for you?
It started off as a home-based business. So I do have an office here in my home. However, I have another office that I see my clients in down on Forbes Boulevard.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. So how long have you been in business?
14 years, same age as my youngest child. Well, actually, she's 15 years. So a year younger.
Okay, a year younger than your business. Wow.
Yes.
Okay, so that's quite a bit of time. So you're a seasoned business owner, a seasoned event planner. And what does Honeydew Planners specialize in?
All right, let's get there. So we are a one-stop shop. We do all kinds of planning for events. We do weddings, birthday parties, anniversaries, bar mitzvahs, graduation parties. Did I say baby showers? We do anything. Grand openings. I think my favorite, though, is, of course, weddings. I absolutely love weddings. You wouldn't believe I cry at each wedding. It's just because when I see the bride and the groom come out and they're just so elated and happy to see what we've been working on for 6 months to a year sometimes, it makes me cry. So I absolutely love weddings.
That being an event planner has to have a lot of headaches that go with it, right?
Oh yes.
Mhm.
A
Let's
lot.
talk about that.
Okay. So you get some people who come in and they don't really know what they want. So, we kind of have to pull all of those details out of their heads. They may have a vision. You have to pull all of that out. And I have to bring that to reality. So that's my slogan, bringing your vision to reality.
Okay.
Some of the issues with planning, as you know, COVID slowed us down quite a bit.
Yeah.
We were still able to do some events virtually, but all in all, with a business like this, you encounter money. Money can be a problem
Yeah.
because we have, as brides, young women, what do we dream of? Having this big princess wedding, and guess what? Those princess weddings cost.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely, they do.
sometimes we have people that want all of this, and I just can't make it happen in their budget. But I try to work with them and make it at least somewhat to what they want or their vision.
Okay, so let's go back to the beginning, right? You decided that you wanted to be a business owner. Now, at the time, were you working or did you just,
Yes,
step
ma'am.
out there?
I was working. At the time, my mother was working with me. It was just me and my mom, and she helped with the decor. She would make things, sew things for me. And then again, I had a full-time job. I kind of did it for friends. That's how I really started too, kind of
Okay.
practicing on my friends. And then they kind of all pulled me together. They said, Angie, you're doing great things. So we need you to start really being very focused and thinking, is this really something that you want to do? And that's really how I got out here. They pushed me.
Oh,
They
wow.
supported me. They put
Yeah.
my name out there. They referred people to me. And that's why we're still where we are today.
Okay, so as you know, as a business owner, there are certain steps that you have to take when you are starting a business. What steps did you take to, make yourself a bona fide business owner here in the state of Maryland?
Okay, so you have to go out, and I had to get an attorney. That was the first thing because I heard some horror stories with planners where if a person got sick or if they fell at an event. So I had to get an attorney that would back me, write up my contracts and all of that. The next thing, of course, was I had to get an LLC because I am a business. So I actually did the research myself online and got my LLC established. I have my EIN number. Another thing, of course, is to get a tax accountant. Okay, you got to get that tax accountant.
That's right.
And then I started again. I told you I already started. I started working in my office at home, but at a point, you sometimes really want to become official. So I had to go get an office space.
Okay.
And that cost. That really cost. I was able to write it off some of the expenses, but I think that made me feel more legitimately a business, a full right business. And then my last thing, I'm going to be honest with you. I got a mentor. I had to have someone that I could kind of bounce my ideas off of, my thoughts, have someone that I could ask questions just to make sure I was doing this the right way. There's really not a lot of training that you can do to become a planner. You can go to school, go to decor school and all that, get certificates. But really, this is a business that you don't have to have some type of official
License and yeah. How do you market your business? And listen, when we start out, we don't start out big, right? At what point would you say that you we start off small? Are you still considered small? And how, as you are growing your business, at what point did you feel that, because when you just mentioned that you wanted to feel like a business owner, right? But you don't have to have office space, but you chose to. But that means that you're growing, right?
Yes, yes.
Yes. So at what point did you think that you needed to take your business to the next level? Roslyn, I see you. It's coming in now. So that's our next guest. We were having technical difficulties. But at what point do you did you feel like you had to go into that space and that you were growing?
I think I got to that point when I had maybe 2 events, maybe in a weekend, like on a Friday or Saturday, or Saturday or Sunday.
Mhm.
And that's when I was like, "Oh, I can't keep doing this." And first of all, I'm getting too old to do back-to-back events. And then I
Okay.
had to go out and hire some help.
Mhm. Mhm.
And you asked the question too, how do I market my business?
Yes.
Instagram.
Mhm.
I started off with Facebook, then I went to Instagram.
Mhm.
But I will be so very honest with you. I really prefer word of mouth. I don't do a lot of marketing and advertising because I think that my clients, previous clients, when they can go out and tell somebody else, I know what she can do, I know how she is, and refer me, that is the biggest statement right there of
Mhm.
me and what I do. So I
Mhm.
prefer to really just use my referrals.
What is the biggest challenge that you think that you've had to face as a business owner?
Oh, money.
Okay.
Money. With the event planning business, you have to have a lot of inventory. You have to
Mhm.
keep up with the changing times. Every year, a color comes out, a different color comes out that the clients, per se, the brides like, and so you have to keep up with that, and that takes a
Mhm.
lot of money. Then
Mhm.
I have a warehouse, so my warehouse fills up. Then I have to get a larger warehouse.
Wow.
So, that's money. That's
Mhm.
my office rent, my warehouse rent, and then
Mhm.
constantly buying inventory. So what? I need money
Did
all the time.
did you have to take out a business loan?
I did not. I was very fortunate.
Okay.
Again, I told you my mother was my one of my biggest backers, and she passed away in 2018.
I'm so sorry.
Thank you. But I was able to use some of the funds that she left for me
Mhm. Okay.
to take my business to the next level.
Sure.
I've looked at PPPs
Mhm.
as well. And this year, I am hoping that I will buy a vehicle and I will probably be first time taking a loan out. And then my next level is my own venue.
Mhm. Now this business has now become your full-time job, correct?
No, I
No,
actually have a full time job.
you still have a full-time job. Okay.
Still have
Okay.
a full time job, but again, as I said, I'm getting older, and I think it's time for me to just uh, call it quits and let this be my baby, my full
I
time
know
baby.
that. I know that's right. So, somebody who has a full-time job and you are an event planner on the side. I love the side hustle, thing you got going on there. How many events would you say you're capable of taking on within, say, a week or two, or like how often do you plan events?
Okay. So this year I came in the door with 17 weddings. That's because COVID opened up. Everybody
Okay.
wanted to get married last year and the year
Mhm.
before, but
Mhm.
they couldn't because of COVID. So I came in
Okay.
the door with 17 weddings. We're
Yeah.
already done 3. So we have
Okay.
14 more. That does not include baby showers, birthday parties, graduations. However, I have a staff now. So I have consultants that can do these events. I have
Okay.
an assistant that helps manage my social media, which is Instagram. And
Uh-huh.
then I do most of the contract writing and some of the events as well.
Oh wow. See, now you're talking about language. You're a job creator. So how many employees do you have?
5.
5. Okay. I love it. I love it. Okay, so what so now, okay, as a business owner, right? Because here's the thing, right? When we become business owners, a lot of times we are uh we practice a trade or a craft,
Mm,
and we say we want, and we work for someone else, and we say, I want to run my own business.
Mm-hmm.
So when you first started, I would imagine that you were doing the planning yourself. Yes. And what about now? How much of the planning do you do? And how much of the see, because I call it the CEO's hat, right? Because when we're transitioning from working for somebody else into owning our own business, oftentimes it can be challenging to change your mindset from going to the employee to the employer.
Exactly. It is let me say that's one of the hardest, that's one of the challenges that I have, is letting it go and letting my consultants do what they do. But sometimes I have to. I cannot do everything. Like I said, I write the contracts. I do some events myself. But as I have gotten older, I know that I cannot be on my feet for up to 6-7 hours a day and then do it the next day as well. So I have to let my employees do it.
Okay. So, and then at what point do you have to say, okay, I can't take on any more clients?
I have always committed to my family. Said that I will take off 1 week out of the month during wedding season. I don't do any events, no events. So 3 weeks out of the month, I will do events. And I don't work. Anytime after October, I'm home planning for the next year. So we actually work from March to October. And then we shut down, we revamp, we build up our inventory, we get new clients, we're meeting with them and talking to them. But I have to take some time for my family, because if not, I'd be doing events every weekend if I could.
Okay. That's and that's good planning out, making sure that you are taking time for yourself. And that's very, very, very important. So you said from March to October, you're doing events, and then there's planning
and meeting with clients. We have meetings, my staff and I, we have meetings to talk about what are we going to do different? What worked, what didn't work this year? Looking at inventory, looking at the colors and things like that. So that's our planning stage for us. But we're not meeting and really working. We can do Zooms and things all the time.
How challenging is it to work with employees, or to be the employer to your employees?
It's been very difficult because, again, it's hard to let go. You have to, at some point, allow them to do the work that that you've hired them to do. So you have to step back. And as a woman, I think we're very nurturing, and this again is my baby. So I want to nurture it. I want to have control of it all the time. But, I've just had to step back sometimes and let them do what they do. And it's worked out. Now, sometimes I'm not gonna lie to you. It's not been an easy process. Sometimes we have to talk about the way they do things and the way that I would like them to do things. But I'm taking a step back. And it's working.
That's good. Let me see where we at. We at 8:23. Okay, as you can see, we just go with the flow here. Roslyn, are you back there? I can't see you. Okay. So you all right. Okay, just making sure. It's not time yet. I'm still with Angie though. So let me just ask you a question, Angie. Sticking with the topic of employees and hiring people, how do you know you've hired the right person?
Ooh, how do I know?
Because the key is, right, the people that you want to hire for your business, your baby, you want to make sure they're going to be in line with your mission and your vision.
I guess I would say having the same work ethic. One of my employees is actually a friend that we've been friends since 2nd grade.
Wow.
2nd grade. So I trust her. Okay. And she knows how I am. I know how she is. So it was easy for me to bring her on board. Some of my other employees, it took me a moment, really. I think I might have been a micromanager.
Sure, I know.
But over time, it
Mhm.
worked out. And again, I allow my employees to provide input, what works, what doesn't work,
Mhm.
because we're growing together. And
Mhm.
when I bring you on board, I want you to feel like this is your baby too. It's not
Mhm.
my baby only. Yes, I am the owner. Yes, I created this. But if I allow them to feel like this is part of them, then
Yeah.
they'll work harder to make it
Mhm.
successful.
Okay. Yeah,
So I,
absolutely.
I think, when you hire a person, if once you start talking to them and working with them, and they are have that same work ethic and thought, you'll know they're the right one.
Yeah, it can be hard to trust. So that's the whole letting go part piece. I completely understand you on that one. Um, if you were to give a piece of advice for somebody who wanted to go into event planning, you know what you remind me of? Remember the movie The Wedding Planner?
Oh, yes, yes.
You're the black version here, okay?
I'll take that. I'll take that.
I love it. I love it. I love what you're doing. Uh, do, uh, if you were to give one piece of advice for somebody who wanted to go into the event planning business, what would it be?
Get a mentor. Get under someone's wing that you can learn the business. Don't jump out there.
Mhm,
When I started, it was very difficult for me to find somebody
mhm,
that would teach me the ins and outs. I kind of had to learn trial by error, acclamation by fire. But
mhm,
once I realized that I needed that mentor, it
mhm,
went smoother. So
mhm.
that would probably be my thing that I would tell people: please get a mentor, somebody that you can work with and learn, and then bounce things off of.
Do you participate in like different wedding showcase events? I guess at venues and things like that.
I'm gonna be honest, I used to, but they've gotten to be so expensive.
Oh, okay.
I stopped doing them because again, I go by word of mouth, and most of my clients are referrals.
Mhm,
I did a couple. I spent a lot of money to be there for 12 hours out of the day, and I
mhm,
might have gotten two clients.
mhm,
Was
mhm.
that worth it? No. It may work for some of the other large businesses, but for a small business, I just can't afford it.
Sure, sure, sure. And you mentioned COVID. And so how was that? What was that transition like? Um, to go from in-person events to virtual events. And the reason why I asked that is because it's like, how can that possibly be the same experience?
It's not the same experience. It
Mhm,
truly isn't. But we had to do something.
mhm,
I had to become very creative.
mhm,
People wanted to do baby showers and drive by baby showers. I think the first event that I did was a drive by graduation.
hmm,
It was for, I think, a kid in like eighth grade going to the ninth grade.
mhm,
And they really wanted to do this.
mhm,
They could not get together with their friends, they could not see their teachers. So we had to say, okay, let's have everybody come
mhm.
by your house, wherever you are.
Okay.
Everybody stayed in their cars. They're standing in the driveway, and the car would stop just for maybe a good 30 seconds or a minute,
Mhm,
wait and say a couple of things. But you know what? If it worked, and that kid was happy just to have
mhm,
that.
mhm.
So it was very different.
Awesome.
Again, everybody had to be creative. I even
Right.
did my grandson's baby shower
Oh, wow.
virtually.
Okay. Virtually. Okay.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Okay. So how do we, and that's the thing. Does the same amount of planning go into it in a virtual event? It does.
Yes. Yes,
Okay.
just like you're having difficulties now, we have
Mhm,
difficulties, and we have to try to get through that without
mhm.
messing everything up.
Right. Right.
It's
Right.
a lot of planning involved. I mean,
Yeah.
IT, Wi-Fi does not always want to work.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Definitely. Yeah. We're on the same page with that one. Well, listen, it's been so great to talk to you, and it was so wonderful to meet you yesterday. I do plan on talking to you again soon, but this has been such a pleasure. I really wanted to give an opportunity to for you to talk to the people who watch my little podcast here. I love talking to business owners and what makes them successful, so that other people can learn from the people who are already doing the work. So
Yeah.
thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for inviting me. I had a wonderful time, and I hope to hear from you again.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Bye. Let's see.
Bye
Let's see.
bye.
All right. Okay, thank you, Angie Stancil, owner of Honeydew Planners. I love talking to people about. I admire people who can put little events together because there's so much in the details, and when you're not into the details, and it's just an amazing thing. So I'm going to bring up my next guest. She is also what I consider to be a friend. Her name is Roslyn Caldwell. I'm not going to tell you where she lives, but she is opening up a new business storefront, I should say. And I'm just excited to talk to her because she has a different perspective that can provide a different perspective on how business owners can also can be, successful doing business here in Prince George's County. So I'm going to bring up Roslyn right now. Hey, Roslyn.
Hello.
I know we were having a little trouble before, and I'm so sorry you can't put up your logo for the background. I was looking forward to showing that to
Yes.
everybody. So how are you?
I'm good. Thank you. Thanks for
Okay.
having me.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So let's talk about Roslyn Caldwell and the business owner that you are. Let's talk about Pack and Business.
Yes. Packing business is my baby to something bigger. Hopefully, I'm wanting to franchise it um, in the near future because our goal at Packing Business Solution is to help small businesses. And it's going to be a one-stop shop for people with small businesses that do businesses from home. If they sell candles, we will be there to provide services for them because we will have shipping and packing and graphic design on staff. We'll have printing on staff. Anything that's going to be for your small business, we will have it in this one store location.
Okay.
And what we want to try to do is be the resource for small businesses because, of course, a lot of us minorities haven't had business owners in our family. So we don't even know where to start as far as getting our businesses up and going in the right direction. We don't know that there's steps that need to be taken. There's federal and state filings that need to be done that a lot of people, they just don't know where to start. So we want to be that place where people can come and get information. We'll have seminars, we'll have speakers, we'll have somebody from like the SBA to help people get small business loans and different things like that they wouldn't normally know where even to start.
Okay. So how long has Pack and Business been a business?
Well, Packing Business been a business for a year, but we're finally getting the storefront up and going.
Okay.
I actually have a small outsourced bookkeeping business. And what I found during the pandemic is the need for people that have small businesses, because as a small business owner already of a bookkeeping business, a lot of small businesses were going down because they weren't able to get like PPP loans and different things like that. So we found that a lot of the people didn't have their paperwork right. So it was a need not only for bookkeeping service because they weren't able to run financial reports or anything of that sort, but they didn't even have like just the regular like business plans and operation agreements and different things like that they don't know that you need in order to get these loans and these grants and different things like that for their business. So we want to be that person to help guide them in the right direction.
So the outsourced accounting services are also going to be a part of Pack and Business?
Yes.
Okay.
We're going to provide outsourced bookkeeping service. We have plans that we do monthly service plans. So we try to make it easy for a person with a small business to budget so that they'll understand like their financial goals every month. So we try to do like small financial plans. So we have like 3 plans for different size businesses. So But yeah, that will be a part of the business also. We also have an on-staff graphic design person, which is my son. He's a graduate of a college in New York, and he has a degree in graphic design. So he will be doing websites, menus, logos, everything for, like I said, for your small business. He's very good at being creative. So you just tell him like what you're looking for as far as a logo. He can do your logo and website and different things like that. Yep.
So how did you know that you wanted to be a business owner?
I was born to be a business owner. I was one of those people. I was a single mom at 17. I had my son when I was in high school.
Okay.
And I always worked in corporations though. I was also always a bookkeeper, manager in finances. I went to college. I always worked for Fortune 500 companies. And then what I did was I always had like a little side job. I started doing tax returns. I'd been doing that for the last 15, 20 years. And then I grew that to being something more. But I mean, I was always a serial entrepreneur. Okay. I always helped people start their business. I always did the paperwork. I always did the legwork for them. So it was something that I always had like a passion for.
Okay. So in this place that's going to be your one-stop shop, so let's talk about marketing this business. What kinds of things are you doing to market your business now?
Well, right now, being that we're not open yet, I do a lot of networking events. So we go around, we do networking events, we do social media, Instagram, Facebook.
But you've been doing the accounting services for quite some time, right?
Oh, yes. Yeah. The accounting service I've been doing for the past 3 years. So,
and the accounting services, are those for, businesses only or individuals?
Well, small to medium sized businesses. So it's for people that have businesses that they do from home. They might need a bookkeeper because like I said, you want to be able to have a bookkeeper. So at the time the end of the year comes, you'll be able to get that to your accountant so that they can do your taxes and different things like that. But you also want a bookkeeper so that if you want to get a SBA loan, if you don't have bookkeeping in order to pull financials, it's hard for you to get those things. You might need to go and get a bank loan. It's different things that you need to have in place in order to get certain things.
Okay. So, so you're getting ready to open up this storefront, and it can be challenging, or especially when someone who has started a business and they've decided that they don't want to do a home-based business, but finding the right place to open up your business. What steps did you take, and to find where your storefront is going to be? How difficult was that for you too?
It wasn't that difficult because I live in an area where there's a lot of people that are entrepreneurs. Minority entrepreneurs. So I wanted to do it somewhat in a neighborhood, but also in like a business area. So it's kind of mixed use area. It's residential. So people that have small businesses from home, like we'll have conference rooms there that people can come in and do meetings.
Oh, okay.
Because we don't want them. You don't want people showing up at your house.
Right.
So so we have conference rooms that people will be able to come in and rent space for an hour and do a meeting with their customers or clients. We also have mailbox rentals. We have virtual mailboxes. So most people that have like LLCs, you can't use like a PO box, and you really don't want to use your home address. So we have mailbox rentals that people can rent for their small businesses. And also you can rent it for your personal needs also.
Okay. What's a virtual mailbox?
A virtual mailbox is like a mailbox like you would see at a postal service, but it's virtual, meaning that you would get it online. There's an app that you would put on your phone, and we will get your mail. And when we get your mail, we take a picture of it and it shows up on the app. And then what you can do is tell me what you want me to do with it. You can tell me to open it. You can tell me to shred it. You can tell me to forward it to you.
Okay.
So you don't even have to come to our store to get your mail out the mailbox. Everything is done on your phone.
Wow.
So right now,
I don't think I've heard of that before.
Yeah. So right now I have about 150 customers with virtual mailboxes.
Wow.
Yes. And probably about 80% of them are small businesses.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So a lot of people with small businesses, they use those mailboxes. And like I said, you don't have to leave your house. You can tell me that, can you open my mail? I open your mail, I scan it for you. If you have a check that come through, I'm able to scan your check if you want through the same app. It can scan right into your, into your bank. I mean, everything right now is so digital, like you don't even have to leave your house. And that's what I want. That's the kind of service I want to provide for people.
Okay.
Like if you have you might make candles, but you have a full-time job and you don't have time to be packing up candles and putting labels on it and shipping it out. We want to be that place to do that for you. So that you don't have to, because most people with small businesses, they still have a full-time job.
Yeah.
So, and they have kids and family that they might not have a lot of time, but a lot of entrepreneurs, they're very creative. So, they want to show that creativity and they want to be able to sell things. So, but they don't want to, take away from their regular 9-to-5 job or their family. So we want to be that spot where they can come and get the services that they can still be creative and we can provide the service for them to get their product out.
What kind of trainings are you going to be doing for small businesses in your space?
Oh, we're going to have speakers from other small businesses that's going to tell their experience, but we're also going to have people from like the SBA to come in and tell you how you can get a small business loan. We're going to have people come in and show you how to, get your website up and running. We're going to have, different things that how to fill out federal and state and tax paperwork. Like we want to be able to be that place where we can show you how to start your LLC. You might need insurance for your business. These are all things that people forget about. They forget about, they have a vision because people are very visionary. So they have the vision, but they don't really have the know-how in order to start and run the business.
Right.
So we want to be able to be there for them and, to guide them.
So are you going to have employees working in your store? I know you have your wonderful son who's doing the graphics and things like that. What kind of jobs are you going to have in your new space?
Well, we hope to hire at least 3 people, especially during the holiday, because we are also a pack and shipping business. So we'll be shipping different things. We're looking to have Amazon so that you'll be able to pick up and drop off your Amazon packages. So we're going to be hiring people, especially during the holidays. If anybody's looking for part-time work, after work, we're open. We're going to be open Monday through Friday from 8:30 to 7 o'clock, and on Saturday from 8 o'clock to 2:30.
Okay. Who are some of your mentors?
Well, my mentor here in Prince George's County, I've been working with Terry Spigner. He's a small business owner in the county. So, and you know him personally too.
Yeah.
He's very knowledgeable. So he's been able to guide me into the right direction and give me the people that I need to talk to in the area. So I want to be able to pass it and pay it forward and give that information to other people too.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about, packaging. I just, never would have thought about this type of business, right? This type of service. When you decided that you wanted to start this business, was it because you saw a need, or was it because it was something that you were already interested in doing and you liked working in that space?
It pretty much a little bit of both. I felt I seen a need, especially during the pandemic. But there was always a passion that I had with helping people with their small business. I've been doing it for years. I did a lot of Googling, trying to help people start trucking businesses and different things like that. So, trying to figure out like what licenses you need to get up and running. And, and that was a passion that I had, just trying to help people. And also myself, because like I said, we don't come from generations of business owners. A lot of us are, first generation business owners. So we're basically figuring it out ourselves. And unfortunately, we don't have a lot of people in the community that are entrepreneurs neither. So we don't know who to go to get these answers. So, I always say Google's your friend, because that's what I've been doing. But even with Google, it takes a lot of time Googling and trying to figure it out. So we want to be able to take that out of the way and just be able to just walk in and ask a question, and we'll guide you in that direction without you having to spend days and months trying to, figure it out. I mean, I remember when I first started my business, it took months for me to get started. I didn't even know what to do. And then there's a lot of stuff that you forget. You don't know until something bad happens and you're like, oh man, I forgot to file this paperwork, because with an LLC, people don't even understand. You have to do a filing every year. A lot of people, they just get the LLC and think that's it, but it's not.
You are just reminding me. I'm like, wait a minute. Did I file my personal property tax for my business?
Exactly. Exactly. I did mine, 2 weeks ago?
Yes, because if you don't, they come and ask you with the fee and the late fee.
Yes. And you won't be in good standing. So, that good standing is very important, for a small business, especially if you're trying to get loans and different things like that. That's the first thing they look up, is to see if your business is in good standing. So if you don't file every year, you won't know. And a lot of people don't know that you have to do that.
Right. Now, when you first started, were you able to just jump in and get started? Did you have to take out a loan?
Well, for my bookkeeping service, I didn't do a loan. But my packing business solution, I definitely got a small business loan.
Okay, so let's talk about that, right? Because we know that one of the biggest challenges that business owners face, especially small business owners, is access to capital, right? How difficult was it for you to go through the process of applying for a business loan? And how do you know what loan is the right loan and all of that stuff?
Exactly. For me, it worked out because, like I said, I was able to have all my paperwork in order. And it was crazy because when I talked to the guy that did my loan, I mean, I don't know if I should tell where I went, but I went.
Was it a bad experience? Was it a
bad?
No,
it was great.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, go ahead. By all means. Okay. Yes.
So in this county, there's a bank called FSC First.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
The county's, that's the county's lending institution.
Yes. And the county lends you money for small businesses. And the gentleman steward, we became really good friends, and he can't wait for me to open because he wants to be the first one to give a seminar on telling people how to get the loans.
Okay, well, I want to do a seminar on how to get certified in Prince George's County. Okay.
Yes. Because he thought he was very intrigued because I had all the paperwork together. So he didn't have to wait for anything. When he asked me if I had my business plan, email. He asked me, did I have my operation agreement, email. I had my Duns and Bradstreet number, email. Like everything he asked for, I had it ready for him. And like I said, a lot of people don't. So that's where the problem stands. And people get discouraged. When you don't have stuff and you don't even know what it is when they ask you for it, people get discouraged and say, oh, forget it.
Yeah.
But the money is there for you.
Yeah.
You just have to apply and be patient and make sure your paperwork is right. So yes, I got a small business loan. The experience was great. I'm still working with them now because, with everything with the pandemic, things have been delayed, but everything is moving forward. Construction is starting. Construction be finished in about 2 weeks.
Oh my
and then we'll be
goodness.
moving along.
Are
Yes.
you gonna
So
have a grand opening?
yes, and I'm gonna
Okay.
invite everybody. We're gonna
Okay.
have a big celebration because
Yes.
it's been a process. So
I know.
we're gonna have a big celebration, and I
Mhm.
really want everybody to come out and see what we have to offer,
Mhm.
and and hopefully I'll be able to help them with their small business.
So when you have this grand opening, I want your flyer so I can, put it on my Facebook page and,
Oh, for
you know,
sure, for sure.
advertising
Yeah,
all of that stuff. In fact,
yeah,
I'll make sure that we advertise it here on the show. Yeah, because we
yes.
want we want you to be successful. Yeah.
Yes, and we'll
Mhm.
be giving out, swag bags with different stuff and, promotional
Mm,
stuff that
yeah.
maybe you would see that, the promotional stuff that we hand out, you might want that for your business,
Right.
for your
Right.
promotional stuff.
Hmm.
Because we at Packing Business Solution, we will be doing promotional products for people,
Hmm.
personalized coffee mugs and different things like that. And it's
Hmm.
just not for small businesses, it's for your personal need too, because
Hmm.
you might want to, ship a package.
Hmm.
You might want something for Christmas. We do
Hmm.
personalized mugs. You might want to give somebody a coffee mug with their name on it or their picture on it, or,
Hmm.
a family vacation picture on it.
Yeah.
So it's not just for small businesses, it's really
Hmm.
for everybody.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's good. I really wish that I knew this platform enough where I could find out what the questions are. Like, because I like to be able to take this show and make it so that people can ask questions and I can see, and then you could and then my guests could answer the questions like live. So
Well, we'll work on that for you.
we'll work on that. Yes. Yes. I'm gonna need your
Because
son to show
yes.
me how to do all of that. Right.
Yes, 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 yes. We're gonna work on that for you because we can
Okay, so do
definitely
you
do that.
have a grand opening date yet, or is it still in the planning?
It's still on a planning stage, but we're looking at July,
Okay, okay,
mid to end July.
okay. Maybe
Yeah.
you can hire Angie Stancil to plan.
The event, exactly. That's what
Let me
I was
let,
listening to her.
let,
I was like, I
let me
might need
let
her.
me bring her up. Oh, wait a minute. I don't know if I. Oh, wait a minute. Let me bring all you guys up here. Okay, there you
Yeah.
go. Look, she's still here.
Yeah. I was listening. I was like, oh yeah, I might need her.
Yes,
Oh, and let me
coffee.
not. I don't want to be the big person on the screen. I don't want to be. Let's do that. Yes. Okay. Let me take this off right here. Okay. Because we about to end this show. So, but I'm just so glad that you guys, you ladies could come on and share information about your businesses. That's all about helping the businesses that are here in Prince George's County. And for those who want to start a business, to be able to learn from other people's experiences. And while you may, because I know we could do a whole show on problems, right? and but I'm so grateful for both of you for coming on tonight and being my guests. This is a lot of fun sometimes, I mean, not sometimes. I like this to be a fun show. Usually we talk about what we have for dinner first, right? I did that for the first time my last show, and I said I was going to do that, but I didn't do that this time. But at any rate, any last words, any last pieces of advice that you have, for somebody who wants to start a business? Let's go with you, Angie. One more piece of advice.
I would say take it slow. Really think it out. I think something that she brought up was think of, get your business plan and your operational plan in order, and really think out what it is you're doing, your vision, and where do you see yourself in 5 years once you open up. You have to be very serious and very cognizant of your business because it's evolving. Somebody else is going to come up with something even better. So you got to be able to compete and
Yeah.
stay in business.
And Roslyn?
I like to tell people to just have a passion for what you
Yeah.
like to do. If you're going to own a business, have a passion for it because you're going to love waking up doing it every day.
Yes.
You don't want to be doing a business that you really don't like because you're not really going to put your all into it. So I advise people to have a passion for it. And I tell a lot of people, retired people that live in this area, because they retire at such a young age. So, they want to start a business. I said, you worked for somebody all these years. Your next business, make sure you love it. Have a passion for it.
Okay. Very good advice. Ladies, thank you so much. And I'll be talking to you soon. And I look forward to bringing you guys back on sometime in the future to see how you all are doing.
Okay, great. Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right. Thank you for tuning in. This was another episode, the 15th episode. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Sorry. The 15th episode of All Things Small Business. This is not a perfect show, but it's definitely a show to help you. So thank you again, and we will see you next time on All Things Small Business.